The rain poured like it had a secret to tell. I was standing under the porch, half soaked, when his black car stopped in front of our house. The window rolled down, and there he was, Nathan Drake, my father's business partner, and the man I should have stayed away from. Get in, he said, his voice low and steady. I hesitated. He smirked, like he already knew I would obey. Chapter 1. I slid into the car. His eyes flicked toward me, slow, assessing. Even in silence, he filled the space. Nathan was 15 years older than me, calm, confident, and completely unreadable. Your dad's waiting, he said finally. His tone was not soft, it was commanding. I stared at his hands on the steering wheel. Strong, veins slightly visible. I should not notice things like that, but I did. Thanks for picking me up, I muttered. He gave a small nod, lips curving just slightly. Next time, don't walk home in the rain. Someone could have stopped you. Like you? He glanced at me, eyes narrowing, exactly like me. Something in the way he said it made my heartbeat stumble. Chapter 2. That evening, Dad had arranged a dinner meeting at home. Ethan was sitting at the table, tie loosened, sleeves rolled up. He looked completely out of place in our cozy kitchen. Too sharp, too powerful. Dad was talking about investments, but I could not focus. Every time Nathan's gaze met mine, my words got stuck. At one point, he leaned closer to pass me the salt. His fingers brushed mine, just for a second, but it felt electric. You're quiet, he said softly. I forced a smile. I don't interrupt business talk. His lips twitched. You just did. Chapter 3. After dinner, Dad got a call and went upstairs. Nathan stayed behind to sign some papers. I tried to slip away quietly, but his voice stopped me. Come here. I froze. He was not asking. I turned, pretending not to care. Why? He tilted his head, studying me like a puzzle. Because you've been avoiding looking at me all night. My breath caught. He stood up, walked toward me, slow and deliberate. You should not say things like that, I whispered. Why not? You already know it's true. He stopped just a step away. The air between us turned heavy. His eyes did not move away from mine. Steady, unreadable, almost daring. Your dad trusts me, he said finally. But if he knew what I was thinking right now. He did not finish the sentence. Neither of us moved. Then he stepped back, breaking the spell. Good night, Lily. Chapter 4. The next afternoon, I found him again, this time in Dad's office. Nathan was helping with some documents. Can you pass me that folder? He asked without looking up. When I leaned over the desk to hand it to him, my hair brushed his arm. He looked up suddenly. Our faces were too close. He did not move. Neither did I. You should not test me like that, he murmured. I'm not testing you. He leaned back slightly. Good, because you would lose. I swallowed hard. He smiled faintly, half amusement, half warning. That was the thing about Nathan. He never raised his voice. But when he spoke, I listened. Chapter 5. It was late evening when I saw him outside by the garden lights. I walked out quietly, unsure why. He turned as if he already knew I would come. Can't sleep? He asked. Could not stop thinking. About what? You, I admitted before I could stop myself. He exhaled, slow and deep. You should not say that. But it's true. He took a step closer, then another, until his breath warmed the side of my face. If I cross this line, he whispered, there is no going back. I did not move. He lifted his hand and brushed a strand of hair off my cheek. His touch was careful but firm, like he was fighting himself. Nathan, I whispered. He stopped me with a look. I know what I'm doing, he said quietly. Do you? I did not answer, because in that moment I was not sure. Chapter 6. The night air smelled like rain again. The only sound was our breathing. His hand moved to my jaw, tilting my face up gently. He waited, watching my reaction, testing my hesitation. When I did not pull away, he closed the distance. His lips met mine. It was not rushed or wild. It was slow, controlled, like he was proving a point he never said aloud. The world fell silent. All I could feel was the weight of his hand against my skin and the warmth spreading through me. When he finally pulled back, his eyes were darker. He exhaled like he had been holding his breath for too long. That, he said roughly, should not have happened. But it did, I said softly, and you didn't stop it. He looked at me for a long moment, then smiled, the kind of smile that warmed and promised at the same time. Maybe I did not want to. Chapter 7. For the next few days, Nathan kept his distance. He came by for meetings, but he avoided my eyes. I tried to act normal, but every time I heard his voice, my chest tightened. One afternoon, I found him by his car again. Are you avoiding me? I asked. He looked up from his phone, trying to. Why? Because I cannot think straight when you're around. My heart skipped. You're not supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to feel it either, he said quietly. The silence that followed said everything words could not. Chapter 8. A week later, Dad asked me to join him and Ethan on a business trip. When the trip ended, Ethan did not come by our house again. Days turned into weeks. I missed him more than I wanted to admit. One evening, a message came. Meet me. No name, no explanation. But I knew it was him. He was waiting by the old cafe downtown. When he saw me, his expression softened for the first time. I should not be here, I said. I know, he replied, but I could not stay away. He looked tired, like he had fought a battle inside himself and lost. I have spent weeks trying to forget that night, but I cannot. Then don't. He reached for my hand. For a second, I thought he would kiss me again. Instead, he just held my hand tightly, like that touch alone meant something. Maybe one day, he said quietly, when you're not my partner's daughter, and I'm not the man who should know better. He let go before I could say anything, and walked away. Months later, Dad mentioned Ethan had moved abroad for a new project. I smiled politely, pretending it did not matter. But that night, I opened my phone and saw one unread message. I still think about that kiss. No name, but I knew who it was. And even though miles separated us, I could still feel his voice. Calm, low, and utterly in control. The kind of man you never really forget. Some stories don't end with goodbyes. They end with a memory that never lets you go.